Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Test the Pit. I'm pretty excited because I have a lot of new and updated things to show you today. First off, the increased health traps have been buffed. So originally, they added 50 health to you, just a flat 50. Then they added 50% of your current health. Now they add 100% of your current health. I think that is the best mirror for the health down trap. The health down trap cuts your current health in half, so this will just double it. And then they'll both be equivalent. The next item is our shock baton. If you've seen the shock baton, you know it's basically worthless. It has a decent chance to stun, and I didn't know this prior to working on it. It actually does have a chance to paralyze, but it was a very low chance. So what I've done is buffed that so that it has a greater chance than even the MAB to paralyze. That, in conjunction with its 50 charges per energy cell, means that it should be actually somewhat useful. You can see it paralyzed our poor penguin here. Moving on, next item is the Raizeri. I showed this off in the previous couple videos, but I just wanted to say that it's now in the loot pools, so you should be able to get it once the next update comes out. Same for the short bow and the crossbow. And both of these bow weapons have been given the silenced effect, so they are good for stealthy people. I may even try incorporating one of these into the assassin class, or maybe a new stealth class, if there ends up being one. Excuse me. And next item, I have a little list here, so excuse me while I check. We have our junk jet again. So, been working a little bit more on the junk mechanic. The idea being that you can get junk either from, recyclers, various other sources as a sort of a low quality drop, but you would then be able to use it either with the junk jet, which it currently takes 5 pieces of junk to be able to launch. Not an amazing explosive, but decent. And you can see it has the little graphic of the junk as it flies across the screen. Next item is the bolo, which is here. So this bolo is like the bolo that the stranglers use. Hit someone and applies a strangling effect for a period of time. This one also uses junk. I haven't decided whether or not it can hold, maybe 10 or 5, or perhaps 1, just one piece of junk at a time. That would be the one that physically makes the most sense, but not sure for game balance. There you go. And you'll see, he'll take damage over turns there. Next we have our ball junk. Now the idea with this one is that you can take several pieces of junk and combine them into one large one that you can then use as a projectile. Does almost no damage, but and I'll make the explosion radius larger, but the idea behind this one is that we would use it to check for adaptoids. So you could throw it in a room. It won't do enough damage to props to even come close to destroying them. But then, if it was an adaptoid, you would know. And I believe that is all the junk items. So moving on is our friend the Squawker drone. Let me just zoom out a little bit here so you can see this. This was a suggestion made today, I believe, that I really liked. So the Squawker drone, it buffs your range combat skills, which is decent, but it doesn't last very long. The main use, actually, previously, was that you could use it to avoid getting spawned enemies spawned right behind you. Like the Maintenance Master and Moonbear King, that sort of thing. To make it a little more useful, now, if you use it, you can see it actually expands your vision range, which could be very useful. Especially for, people like our Hyver buddy, who can't see very far because he's too stupid. Alright, that's all of the small changes. Now we move on to a couple bigger ones. And I can do this, actually, it's better done here first. And we have lockpick, electrical, mechanical, computer, no engineering. I have taken engineering out. All engineering recipes have been moved to other ones, mostly electronics, mechanical, and computer. The striker and the engineer, who had good and decent skills in them, have had these skills buffed accordingly. I believe by 10 per. The various recipes, I've kept their difficulty mostly the same. They should be difficult recipes to pull off, because they are, high-level engineering-ish sort of ones. Here we have the Pocket Tesseract, which now requires electronics. Pulsar Pistol. Yeah, they've all been moved over. The only one that I've changed the difficulty level on so far is the Quantum Splitter, and I've actually made that harder. This is a extremely powerful item. The ability to make cleaver weapons can greatly increase the damage you can output given the amount of ammo you have. But once you have that and you want to use it on a cleaver weapon, the difficulty hasn't been increased there, because there you risk losing whatever weapon you have. So, I think that's a very exciting one. I've almost never made any engineering crafts in my entire time, because I generally don't play the engineer, and even then they're so hard. Let's see here, looking at my list. All the props that require engineering have been moved, so stim towers, masterminds, those sort of things now require different skills. And the items that boosted them have either had that removed or they buff something else. So the Duhanulator now boosts mechanical skill and then still doubles or halves the amount of time it takes to do all your various tasks. And the, what is it called? Googleplex goggles. Those no longer have an effect. The 50% extra damage on cyborgs and mecha, I think, is quite powerful enough. Alright. That was almost all the changes. And there's one more that I think some people won't care about, but some people may like a lot. There's a new a new difficulty setting now. Beginner. This one goes underneath easy, and along with the normal changes that you have on a different difficulty level, maybe crafting is a little bit easier, maybe you get a little bit more health per level, that sort of thing. The main one, and I should be able to show you this. So I have a Marine here who's trying to craft pit stew, and he is garbage at it. And he actually did it, of course. Thank you, Marine. Let's try to fail at this. We failed at it. But we did not lose our stuff. So on beginner level, instead of losing the items you try to craft with, you will instead use up 2 charges of whatever station you're at. So you might not be able to use it again there, and you'll have to take your components to the next crafting station. Hopefully some people like that. I mean, one of my goals with this project is I would like to introduce the pit, or have people that previously have tried the pit and didn't like it, to bring them back. I mean, I love this game, and I would like to have as many people as possible enjoying it the same way I do. And not everyone enjoys roguelikes, not everyone likes having RNG dictate everything, so hopefully they'll give it another chance, and they'll enjoy that. Alright, having said all that, let's go ahead and continue our warrior run. I believe I went ahead and reloaded all my weapons previously, indeed. We are low on health, low on food, and we don't have too much food to eat, so we're still going to be going, but we have a little bit of insta-healing, And next level we can start using our guitar. The guitar has been buffed a little bit more, so it now has 110 penetration rather than 100. A laser pistol has 100 penetration, and considering this is a rifle, a laser rifle of sorts, I figured it should have a little bit more. Let's see, what was this? This was increased speed, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use that before going down to the next level. You can do it, Rapari. You can't do it. Should have sent someone clever, I suppose. Alright, we will likely level up, but let's head down first. We'll try to use up some psi before leveling. Alright, there's quite a few challenging enemies here. Thankfully the Moonbear King can't spawn people behind us anymore. Always make sure to check behind your back when you drop down to a new floor. I'm going to take one step this way, close the door, so at least it'll take him a turn to get to me. Sadly, I can't use my grenade. I'd like to use this grenade just so I can get a little bit of inventory space left, or back, but we can't do that. I am going to go ahead and level here. I'd rather not risk it. We will get our 60 points in finesse. I'm probably going to start boosting power at this point, because we are quite low. Resistance, how is Psi Shield doing? I think maybe that's good enough for now. We have our telekinesis, so we don't need to keep buffing that. So now we get 4 points per level. And how should we spend that? I'm gonna start putting points into biotech, even though it's not at 45, because food is our biggest concern right now. Rifle is good, especially with our new powerful weapon.
Shut up, shut up, shut up,
Mechanical is always good, even if some of the mechanical recipes have been nerfed a bit, but there are quite a few new good ones too, so. And kinda as usual, I'll hold on to one, just in case I have a check coming up that I want. Don't want to mess with that teleport. I could throw this toxic grenade.
Stop.
And then just go back upstairs. Which actually doesn't sound too bad. It won't have an effect on this guy, but... Okay, and it does slow down the Moonbear King. Go ahead and try to get some AoE here. Okay. He's made it through. But he has very low armor. Hopefully this guy will stay slowed, so he can only take one step. So good. We are not grabbed, which means we have an awesome scattergun. Ah, yes. That's something I want to fix as well. Currently, if you shoot at something on a multi-shot weapon, if that one dies, it doesn't keep shooting. So you have to... In that case, I probably should have targeted some MP square or tried to shoot him. As it was, I think maybe only one of those shots went through, which is unfortunate. Kill this guy. Alright. Ah, awesome. Liver and meat. And here you can see the bear that thankfully didn't spawn right behind us. I'm going to keep using the thumper. If I'm able to reload it, that'll get me some more inventory space. And it'll keep that guy from stepping up on us. Miss! It's no fun. Alright. Not too bad for stepping down into a new floor. I just want to check real quick to see how my Re is doing. Still got 9 points left, so not too bad. Thank you for taking out that teleport door. Now I don't have to worry about it. Let's see, where am I at? I'm probably going to go up here first, just to see if there are any more mechs in the area. Hopefully that'll limit the number of mechs that come to get me. 2 raw meat and raw liver. Awesome. I haven't thought about whether this should maybe have a risk of causing disease or something like that. Possibly. But for now it isn't, so I'm just going to eat it. Oh, I forgot it's actually insta-healing too. Well, shoot. Should have kept it. Alright, is that another kitty cat coming? And you get a thumper, and you get a thumper. This one doesn't do too much damage, so I'm gonna go ahead and melee it for the rest of the time. Awesome. Now we have four slots left.
Are my methods unsound?
Yes, your methods are unsound. Hopefully you're gonna drop me insta-healing too. Ooh, okay, that's a heavy Morigi. I've been thinking about having heavy Morigis drop superconductors. Currently only the smaller ones do. And if you play on a higher difficulty level, you don't get very many of the smaller Morigi. You kind of zoom past them in the creature pools. So I would either want to add more of them higher up, or make it so their larger counterparts also have them. Alright, got a turret somewhere. Something's coming to get me. There he is. Red Psy Shield up here. Good job, Rapari. Healed. Can they use a medbay? Or is that just natural healing? So I know that creatures that have full intelligence, which is just a setting that they can have, they are allowed to actually use these. Be interesting to see which animals have those, or which creatures do, and just to make sure that all of them make sense. And you're dead. We have a pretty good chance of getting this, but doesn't make a lot of sense for us right now. We're almost at full health. Okay, now we'll go ahead and try to get this locker. We only have 5 improvised lockpicks left, and 1 lockpick. 1 real lockpick, so I'm not going to use them on this. Of course. Go ahead and let this guy come to his doom. Alright, got some more coming. Sounds like that's everyone for now.
He has enlarged my mind.
I'd like to know where that heavy Morigi is. Oh, probably in here. Okay. That's good. He's got some pretty low armor. But now that I've reloaded the Thumper, I don't want to be using it quite as much. Since I do have a laser weapon now. I can probably go ahead and start using the Flamer. Go ahead and let the Flamer do its work here. So because there were red ones, they get berserked whenever they take damage, so we can go ahead and reload here, letting them do a little bit of the work for us. And hopefully keeping us from having to have any disease checks. Haha, you missed. Oh, how's our blade doing too? 5, okay. We do have corrosive protection, so we don't have to worry quite yet about something insta-killing it. Storage pod has no chance of being an adaptoid. Currently have no use for either of these. That may change in the future, but... And what are you useful for? Absorber weave. I mean, all these are technically usable now, because they no longer require engineering. So maybe I'll hold on to it now. A emergency teleporter could be really nice. Always good to have emergency panic buttons.
He has enlarged my mind.
Spore Lance doing good work. There's the big guy. I guess a cleaver scattergun from around a corner is probably a good way to take care of him. Would love to get that Tesseract well. I don't know if luck will be on my side a third time for that, though. Alright, we got his attention. Just go ahead and let him do the work for us. Strong door. Oh, what a jerk. Make me waste my ammo. Hello? Alright, here we go. No problem. Quantum capacitors are... Oh my goodness, another one? Okay, that does not do very much damage. Excuse me. Kind of busy here. Ow. Really thought that would have killed him. Maybe I do want that medbay now. That was pretty painful. But we lived. How far away is that? That's probably worth it. We're gonna have to eat something, though. So a little bit of cooked meat is okay. Narrowly dodged a wormhole trap. That is why you walk along the edge. Excellent. No more Murgy heavies in here, I hope. Well, here's a pretty good opportunity to use that grenade I've been wanting to get rid of. One shot that guy, that's nice. we can get a cooker. We have a decent amount of meat we can make. I do not want this to blow this up. We'll hold off on that for now. Sadly, we have no more bypass circuits.
He has enlarged my mind.
Could be good. Oops. All ammo we can use. Awesome. Just go ahead and see if we get lucky here. Lightning doesn't strike thrice. Another biome. Is that one we already had one of? Yeah. So that's probably the first one we're gonna go for. And we got our level up. Great. This next in could be useful, but it's not terribly uncommon, so we'll hold off for now. Carrion Horror and a Scraplet. When in doubt, thump. And this guy shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so I'm guessing the exit is somewhere down here, so we'll go up first. And we are hungry again. I have to start skipping some more rooms. Just a quick check here to make sure we're okay. The blade is looking a little worse for wear, so we'll go ahead and repair that. Wouldn't want to take a couple durability damage from weapons that cause it, like the one the heavy Marigi has, the Mason rifle. Nice, our purple box is starting to become a little bit more useful. Ooh. Probably not worth it. It's gonna take way too much time, cost us way too much food. This can have food, though. This is a storage room, something like that. Here we see the power of manipulation. Save us from some BS. That was a lag step. But thankfully we didn't pay for it. He can drop cheese, but it's not a very high chance. And he will cause a lot of damage. This guy is much more worth it. Got a lot of people's attention there. Yeah, that sounds like a surgeon sort of bot. 2 surgeon bots. I'm not dealing with your nonsense. Oh, I am weak. So we'll have to eat something. Oh, this may end up in a starvation run here. It's always sad. We can probably drop the Element X. You're still not even bleeding. Wow. And we have the living brain. Should not bother us as long as we don't bother him. You can see on my natural health tick how much I'm getting now. Now that I have more maximum health, it's much more helpful to me. Hopefully that's... Okay, it's not a large protean coming for me. I'm back here. Still are doing good work for us here. Derping them out like crazy. You could drop some fungal meat. I would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and get out of line of sight on that guy. Oh, no meat. Alright, don't have the time to go around or, pull in here to try to draw him up, so... Just gonna start using our toy. And here's where this guy actually is a problem. We have EMP grenades, but they may not do a whole lot of damage. Specimen takers have quite a bit of armor. Yeah, 120 armor. You wouldn't think it looking at him. Or her, right? Looks kinda frail. Firebomb is definitely out, but a frag grenade should do pretty good damage. There we go. May as well take this guy out now. No time for your nonsense. Duck around the corner here. We can try to get a computer skill out of that. And since we have so many energy cells, and our, and you can get 2 skill ups out of that, I thought it was worth it to go ahead and use. Check up on my Re here, make sure it's okay. Oops. 3 fat strips is great. I'll go ahead and eat 3 of the ones we currently have, since we're somehow already hungry again. Food? Not food. Poison. Because we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and eat these guys. These guys have pretty good drops, so I'm gonna kill him. That is not one of those good drops, sadly. Okay, that's where the exit is. I wish it was a little easier to see what these are on the mini-map. That's a surgery, so that's not going to give us too much, but I can't really tell what this is. Possibly be a radiation room? I guess I'll chance it. Oh, I'm very much glad I came over here then. Did not realize you could get freezers out of a medical room like that. Oh, please be something good. Definitely going to be using our hyper tool. I would even have spent my last point to boost if I didn't have a level up. Not great, but at least it was food. We don't really need antibiotics, and we don't have moldy cheese, nor do we have the biotech to try to cook whatever the sandwich you can make with moldy cheese and bad bread. Ah, okay, it's a cryo room. Ooh, and it has a lab. I would say that's well worth it. I have 5 electronic parts. I don't think I need to. Alright. What do we want here? Not a great chance to have that, huh? I definitely want a diagnostic chip. And can I make an energy backpack at 99? I can. Probably going to want to do that. We're using quite a bit of energy now. We got our guitar and thumper. I'm going to try to make one of these. And we got it. Awesome. Okay, now I have plenty of disease resistance, because I have aggressive antibiotics, and this, which will cure 4 levels. So it's probably okay to try to make another one. But first, let's see what we got here. Oh. Wait. Oh, I missed this one. But I'm not too mad about it. 99 armor plus our natural 40 means we have 139 armor, which is awesome. I screwed up, but in the best possible way. Okay, so next we will go for an energy backpack. And that's all we could make. But still, I think we pulled out pretty good there. Not gonna bother with that. What are you? Definitely not gonna bother with that. Two skill ups is nice. This recycling bin is one of the things I'm thinking that junk can drop out of. Ooh, welding goo is really nice. Craft. It's useful for many gun recipes. Alright. We've made it through another floor. We are still desperately hurting for food. But in pretty much all other aspects, we are doing A-okay. A little bit of insta-healing, but even more amazing armor now. If it can just last along to get to a little more food. If a biome came up, I would definitely go through it. But assuming it wasn't desert. Please, no desert. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.